We're recording now. So I need to tell you, I've got a very long missive from Jessica Thompson. It comes in story form.
Did we?
And I think I should do this. I think I should do it first.
Yep. Have we offended Miss Jessica?
Not in the least.
Oh, good. I was worried that you'd fucked up.
No. No. What about you?
Go ahead.
Right.
Think about it for a minute. There you go.
Okay, well, it could have been.
You can see when the little lights go on, your little eyes flash.
So from Jessica Thompson, and this came in email. Hey, fellas, your discussion of the follow the science fad reminded me of the following article. This is what I remember whenever I'm told about scientists and what they think. This is from Diagram Monkey.
I love the name.
Yeah. Sazzle Fazzle Futzel Gruff is the tagline.
That sounds like we're writing a children's story way back when and we're drunk.
Well, some scientists.
Point.
And I don't see a name of the author. Maybe I'll get it at the end. When an article says some scientists think, I remember this. I, a scientist, once thought I could fit a whole orange in my mouth. I could, it turns out, and I could get it in there, but I hadn't given significant thought
to the other end of this deal.
To the reverse operation.
Copy that.
That happens to everybody, pal. I should also, on reflection, have practiced in private. I had an audience, which grew as my initial satisfaction at the hypothesis well proven slipped rapidly through stages.
Melted right away, didn't it? Yeah.
Glum, disquiet, alarm, mild through severe, and ended in full-blown panic. When one panics...
Did she ever have that thought, do you suppose, that I'm going to die like this? Oh, my parents would be so proud.
Oh, yes, you're going to love this. When one panics, one's muscles tense, which is, of course, the opposite of what I needed here.
Exactly right.
I had been quite relaxed at the start, but now I couldn't get a finger between the orange and the very taut edges of my mouth. Above and below, the orange, which was now under some pressure, deformed to make a nearly perfect seal against my teeth. I hadn't previously been aware of how much oxygen one needs to consume an orange, but I was made aware of it now by its sudden and ongoing lack. I forgot for a moment that I had nostrils and tried to breathe in hard through my mouth. I have big lungs. Just a note.
Breathing.
Yeah, just don't say it that way. When the doctor tested my lung capacity, I blew the end clean off the cardboard tube. Well, good for you. I've always been vaguely proud of that, mostly for want of more tangible achievements.
Copy that.
Because I'm
asthmatic. I get it, sweetie.
Yeah.
I get it.
When all is said and done, the kind of person otherwise predisposed to shove a whole orange in his mouth without cause. Oh, it's a guy. Okay. Those enormous lungs, my pride and joy, expanding in this moment of crisis to their fullest extent, had created a hard vacuum behind the orange, which, at that point, imploded. From now on, things which had been unfolding at an almost leisurely pace started to happen rather fast.
I would guess.
So I will take this opportunity to say that no one had actually tried to help me till now. This was not for lack of opportunity.
No.
Later, someone mentioned the kind of details, veins like worms scribbling incomprehensible messages across my forehead, eyes popping out as if on stalks, laced with tiny red veins, which one can only truly...
I love that. Like neon signs. Help. Oh, help. Help now, damn it.
for the sake of all that is holy, man.
Help now or there won't be a chance.
Apprehended a distance and would have made
Okay, we've missed it.
But back to the imploding orange. Although it didn't diminish appreciably in volume upon implosion, it released juice that vaporized, turning into a burning acidic cloud that instantly flooded my lungs. My lungs very sensibly responded by collapsing rapidly, aided by an involuntary and powerful spasm from my diaphragm.
It's to keep you from drowning, dear.
The vapor and oily zest from the orange's skin mixed with mucus scoured from my lungs that spread flat, we must remember, would cover a tennis court. God, you are a scientist. as well as the last of my residual oxygen, exited now through my rediscovered nostrils as a magnificently abundant yellow foam. This is really well written. And having a volume...
So she was kind of like a fountain machine thing.
It's a guy. Turned out to be a guy.
Kind of like a fountain.
Yeah, exactly. Pull the arm. Get some
soda water. Yeah.
And having a volume in excess of what...
All right, we're good.
And having a volume in excess of what could easily egress at speed via those narrow tubes, it also squirted out through nearby exits, including around my eyes.
So those horror movies aren't all totally fake.
Even that wasn't enough, and the buildup of pressure finally proved too much for the orange, which left my mouth like a grape shot from a cannon, like the superluminal jets generated by matter falling towards a black hole at relativistic speed. Once again, science guy. Temporarily blind and gasping in my own private world of consequences, I was unaware of the cone of devastation I'd unleashed upon the unluckier segment of my audience.
The cone... Oh, like Gallagher.
Occupying roughly one steradian of solid angle to my front. When I finally recovered my senses, the cycle of whooping inhalation and coughing fits had exhausted itself. I was greeted not by the concern that I felt such a brush with death merited, but with a disgust that later reflection suggests may not have been wholly unwarranted. So anyway, whenever you read, quote, some scientists think, end quote, think about me and recalibrate the lower end of your expectations accordingly.
Ew.
Isn't that just fantastic?
Well, yes, but now I have this great picture in my head that's not going to go away soon.
Oh, and we know how it works.
Okay, come on. Who hasn't done something on those lines that stupid?
Well, and scratching my nether regions until they bled profusely, and that whole encounter went. We'll do that story another time, I suppose. We haven't done that story in a long time, I don't think.
Do we have to?
No.
Okay.
But it might be good.
Yeah, do we have to?
Maybe.
Let me know when.
Did you have a story you wanted to share or anything?
Yeah, mine's not nearly as much fun. It just mentions how all the holidays in February everyone thinks of February, Valentine's Day, which is true.
Yeah,
But the last week, like starting on the 24th, let's go through it. February 24th is National Tortilla Chip Day. That's an easy one.
And we love tortilla chips.
And it's hard not to, you can celebrate so many ways.
With and without guac, with and without picante sauce, with and without pico de gallo.
Taco salad.
Oh, oof.
Taco pizza.
You're mentioning all my favorites.
Yeah. Nacho chicken. It's my chicken.
Oh, you like that?
No, it's nacho chicken. It's my chicken.
I got it, Lou.
Sorry. But
why did I come up with Lou?
Costello?
No. Actually, I think I was thinking of my father.
That was, by the way, one of my mom, but you never met her.
Well, I thought of my father first.
He was dead by the time you met her. Yeah.
Oh, thanks for bringing up a painful subject.
Yeah, that was probably the dumbest thing I've ever said on the air, and one of the top funniest ones ever.
God, I was dying.
I'm going to hear about that one day.
Oh yeah.
Did you have to? All that came to my mind, Mom.
I'm afraid, Mom. Yes, I did. I'm afraid it's true.
The next one's not going to be as easy. The 25th of February is National Clam Chowder and National Chocolate Covered Nut Day.
I got the clam chowder part on the 25th.
Yeah, I can eat chocolate covered peanuts, pistachios, chocolate covered, what are the little curvy ones?
Grasshoppers.
Cashews.
Oh, yeah.
Grasshoppers aren't nuts. The 26th, here you go. Now wait for this.
Watch them behave. You'll change your mind.
Is National Letter to an Elder Day, National Set a Good Example Day, National Tell a Fairy Tale Day, National Pistachio Day, and a National Small Dog Day. What? So, if you're pressed for time,
pick one.
You can write a letter to an aged friend or family member, which would set a good example.
Can't I just leave you a voicemail?
And in the letter, No, because it's National Letter Day.
There are letters in my words.
And in the wrong kind of letter, bozo. And in the letter, if you can tell a fairy tale that involves pistachios and small dogs,
Wow, you've knocked down a lot.
you got the whole day covered.
You realize all those words you put on paper are merely symbols, right? It's just a symbolic act.
Why do I put up with you?
Stupid.
Your wife pays me.
Yeah, well, that's got to be it.
February 27th, or typically the penultimate day of the month, unless it's leap year. There's Pokemon Day. You've got to be kidding. Well, why not? Bury it in February. Who cares?
Pocket monsters.
It's Pokemon Day. Anosmia Awareness Day. ANOSMIA. I haven't done my homework, so you've got your Google ready, right?
Yep.
ANOSMIA. It's National Retro Day, which is my life. It's National Polar Bear Day, which Coca-Cola only celebrates in December. Remember, they've always got the polar bears and their families with Coca-Cola, which is odd to me because National Strawberry Day. Why you would do that in February? That's just mean. And National Kahlua Day, which if you drink enough of the Kahlua, you could forget it was Strawberry Day.
Yes, you could, but I wouldn't.
Anosmia, by the way, is the total loss of smell, temporary or permanent.
I was just going to tell you that.
Thank you.
Now,
and when it comes,
it can be caused by head injury, infection, or blockage of the nose. I have a nosebleed now.
Sure.
When
it comes to National Retro Day, it's all about reminiscing about the past, and basically, I live there now. I mean, there comes a time where
yeah, well, you know.
There's National others in February. The fourth Thursday of February is always National Chili Day.
Okay.
National Skip the Straw Day is the fourth Friday. I'm not skipping any straws now that we have plastic again.
I skip them all the time. I just drink it right out of the glass like a heathen.
Like a human being.
Yeah, yeah. My mother taught me how to do that.
National Toast Day. I'm not sure. Does National Toast Day involve my favorite, cooked bread?
I sure hope so.
My wife's idea of National Toast Day is to put the bread in the toaster long enough to make the bread warm. I said, no, that's warm bread.
Yeah, that's not the same thing, dearie.
If it doesn't have brown, maybe just a hint of black, like at the edges.
I like it just to be golden all the way across.
My mom liked it black, so
yes,
no count for little German woman's taste at times.
They're weird.
I mean, have you met her son? On the 28th of February, National Chocolate Souffle Day, which I have never had, and I feel like that should be on my bucket list.
You probably need a chocolate souffle once in a while.
What I like is National Chocolate Souffle Day is also National Tooth Fairy Day. Is there a connection here? Is this a dentist thing?
I was going to say it's the dentists and orthodontists getting together. So that
it's National Floral Design Day, National Public Sleeping Day. I've only fallen asleep in public once. I had spent a weekend snowed in at a radio station when I was still at Brown. I was interning.
Yeah.
And by the time I got back to Minneapolis, school had started. So I went right to school.
Yep.
And there was studio time, which had enough to do that kept you motivated. And then there was lecture time. And he had to come and wake me up when it was over.
Who?
Luckily, I forget who the teacher was. The little guy, beard, kind of the goatee-ish sort of beard thing. It's not a goatee, but he had, the mustache, the beard. I don't remember.
What color was his hair?
Reddish, I think, at one time. I can see
not
his
Roy
face.
Findon.
No, because Roy was always very clean shaven.
What with his TV gig and all.
There's also, it's also National Time Refund Day. I don't know what that means.
Well, I want some of my time back.
So you mean that half hour I'm losing just talking to you now?
Yeah. Well, yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
We'll do what we
And
can
if
do.
there is a February 29th, it's, of course, Leap Day.
Yes.
Could also be Rare Disease Day, which is the last day of the month of February, no matter what day that is.
Ah.
That seems more fitting for February.
Oh, cool.
Basically, I think they dumped every sort of stupid thing they could think of.
In February.
In February, because who cares? It'll be gone soon.
Well, yeah, you remember the year we announced on the radio it was National Orgasm Day. We got some people with phone calls going, now I had to explain it to my kid, and I don't think they're old enough to know. And I'm going, you didn't have to explain it to the kid. You just tell them you'll tell them when they're older.
They're 42, sir.
Well, if they're 42, then please explain it to them.
They should know.
Or send them to the internet.
It was just, don't send them to the internet. Because I'm pretty sure if you Google national
orgasm,
if you just Google orgasm,
yeah,
you are not going to be happy with what you find, or you might be.
Yeah, you might be. It depends on your proclivities.
But that could cause a whole lot of other.
Absolutely. Apropos of,
I'm happy when February's gone.
Apropos of outtakes, episode 41.
Oh, what did you do?
Well, all I did was...
You rat-sucking weasel, you put up outtakes. Can I say rat-sucking?
Yes, you can. Well,
pox on you, my lord.
No. It was all of us playing with the stuff on Zoom with my lips and my eyebrows, and you're trying to find yours. I figured that would go better as an outtake than it would.
Okay, just to clarify, I know where my lips and eyebrows are. I just couldn't get the weird ones he had.
And I know where my lips and eyebrows are, but I couldn't find where they were to turn them off in the program.
He could not, and it was distracting would be fair.
Yeah, oh yes.
Maybe disturbing. Understated, but fair.
So
disturbing would be good.
This from Patrick Reed, our man in Liverpool.
Mom.
The eyebrows, the lip color. Which bathroom did you use that day?
In Minnesota, could have been the boys.
So, no, it was just that I was piddling around with the new software when on the new computer. New.
I was afraid for just
If I want to say nude, I'll just use the word orgasm. I was playing with the orgasm software. I'm not taking the
right now
natural step. I'm just
right now.
Yeah.
There are people, the 8 or 10 that actually listen, going, I'm never listening to this again. I'll have too much to explain to my children, and they're grown.
We'll have to bring in the orgasm hardware.
Couldn't just...
No, I'm sorry. I couldn't. It's the law.
No.
I think when I get to heaven, your mother's going to talk with me. Or she'll just hit me with her shoe.
She is either going to hug you or smack you.
Mm-hmm.
And if she's smart, she brought her cane with.
Ooh, that'll be good.
Because that way you really can't get away.
Apropos, this is True Really News, episode 937. From Patrick Reed, our man in Liverpool.
Still?
Oh, yes. The copycat sandals.
What are you still doing there, Mom?
You know the copycat sandals
Mom.
Story? The You did a story on Birkenstocks being copycatted.
Yes.
Thankfully, the judge didn't flip-flop on his decision.
That's one. Yep, that was okay.
Apropos,
remember though, Birkenstocks were so bougie when.
Oh yeah,
when we were growing up. It was like.
But Tom Ring used to wear them all the time.
He did.
At that I went, huh? He's the geekiest guy I know.
There's a disconnect here.
Maybe that's how he got all the girls.
He did?
No.
He was an ugly buzzard. Much like you.
And you, sir.
Well, yeah, but I didn't want to bring that up.
Apropos, this is True Really News, episode 938 from JessaLynn.
I'm still trying to get these things even.
Okay, there's a crying laughing emoji, a laughing with eyes squinting emoji.
Okay.
LMAOO.
She was laughing her off.
Off.
Yep.
And you guys laughing makes it even funnier. So when we get going, she's getting a kick out of it.
Sorry.
Two crying laughing emojis. Great video, guys. You always have hilarious stories I've never heard of, and your commentary is priceless. LOL. Heart emoji. Didn't you guys ever consider doing vertical lives? I prefer reclining, honestly.
More and more.
Yeah. Apparently,
is there horizontal lives?
Ooh, yes, there is.
What are vertical lives?
Vertical lives would get you a lot more viewers. You'd have to deal with trolls, but everyone gets them. Ooh, trolls. That gives us more content to work with. But they'd be less bad before around 9 p.m. EST. Trolls really get bad around 11 p.m. and later. You could also have someone moderate the chat if you read more.
So vertical lives is like a live thing?
I think so. However,
okay.
if you go on the live yourselves instead of playing a video, so we could play a video, you just have so many hilarious videos people would love watching, and they would be seen by so many more people on the vertical lives. You might be able to just play recordings of your videos on vertical lives. I'm not sure, but you may be able to schedule a vertical live and just play a pre-recorded video and just do that every day at a certain time, and you definitely get a lot more subscribers. I'm looking for trolls, Jessa.
Yeah, the trolls thing had us.
Yeah, because we want things by orders of magnitude.
We like picking on people that
pick on us.
We just like picking on people.
Yeah, really.
Why do you think we do this, really?
I will look into
How
that.
many of these stories are a vicious goat, all on his own, wreaked havoc on other animals? No, for two reasons. One, it's a goat.
Yep.
Two, goats don't write, so we don't get the stories.
That's exactly it.
Although if we could get a goat that would want to infiltrate.
This might be good. Yeah. I think we get a lot of stories out of, that place.
Goatlandia.
Yes. Which is either New Zealand or the Cardiff-oriented place. Wales, that's it. I couldn't think of the name.
See, now I'm thinking of quick. It's got the lady with the red hair and a lot of teeth was married to the guy with a lot of teeth who's a singer. Julia Roberts.
Oh, her.
And the guy caught in a car with a prostitute once.
Okay.
Hugh Grant.
Yeah.
What was their movie? Notting Hill.
Oh, that was a riot.
I love that movie.
Yep.
I do. Everyone, no. For one, when she climbs over that fence into that private garden.
Oh, my Lord.
Come on, Flopsy. That's just a great throwaway line.
There was so much fun. Oh, by the way, and this is a closed circuit feed down the Love Network to Patrick. I got through the first season of Slow Horses, and I am utterly addicted.
Meanwhile, I haven't watched any of it and find you to be foolish to think it's a great show.
It is a terrific show. It is. It's on Apple TV. I recommend it highly to people who enjoy those.
What I like about the British shows is that they all have bits of humor in them.
Yep. Even when they're very serious.
In weird places, just.
I enjoy that. Apropos, this is Truly News, episode 938 from OldFatMan.
Yes.
Oh, my. He says,
boy.
That story about the gal suffering from the snail crud sounds horrendous.
She thought so.
Yeah, she wasn't very happy either.
No.
She didn't say to the doc, same time next week? Woo!
Oh.
So, this is also apropos of Titter News, episode 938 from DCombsify, my son Drew, no relation.
And he'll tell you that.
Somehow we went from a bunch of lobsters on the beach to Whitey Bulger. Because that's how your mind works.
I don't know how we got there, but yeah.
Drew says, I thought Whitey Bulger was just a bunch of lobsters in a trench coat.
He may have been.
They're members of the Drawn Butter Symposium or something.
Bunch of very smart lobsters.
Smart and
I'm watching stuff I was just watching some documentaries on the Irish mob. I haven't got to Whitey yet.
Okay. Well,
Whitey, by the way, Whitey Bulger in my head is one of the smartest bad guys next to Lucky Luciano.
Yep. They were
serious.
Incredibly smart about what they did.
I mean, Lucky, even though he was, back in Sicily by the end of World War II,
yep,
had set up the mafia to be a nationwide money printing operation.
Yep.
Only they didn't even have to do the printing. The federal government took care of that for them. And they just raked in billions and billions back when billions was an unheard of number.
Yeah. It's amazing, ain't it?
And Whitey was playing both sides against the middle for how long?
Forever.
It's amazing. It's just amazing. And if it wouldn't have been for Matt Damon, he'd probably still be doing it. No,
Thank
not Matt Damon.
God for Matt Damon.
No, it was DiCaprio that was the good guy.
Oh, thank you so much for Leonardo.
And in the end, Mark Wahlberg got the best of it all when he kills Matt Damon's character at the very end.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and Jack Nicholson was Jack Nicholson.
But
Did
if
he overplay everything he was
camera rolling. Moving on.